Hello, Merry Meet. My name is Rebel Girl. You can call me G-Rock. I'm gonna do something a little different here. Not gonna do a cover. Not gonna do a vlog. I'm just gonna have a discussion and do a little history lesson for everyone about Easter. Sorry, my allergies are killing me. Oh, and I have a guest with us, Debo. Okay, I guess he wanted to leave. Back to the subject. I'm gonna give you little history lessons of the origins of Easter. So I hope you like it. Easter is a pagan holiday called Ostara. Easter gets its name from the sorry. uh, my door is opening and closing by itself. That's nice. From the Teontic goddess of spring and the dawn, whose name is spelled Oyastara or what's it? Eastri. The origin of the word is east. Um, Comes from the various Germanic Austro-Hungarian words for dawn that shared the root for the word aura, which means to shine. Modern pagans have generally accepted the spelling Ostara, which honors this goddess as our word for the vernal equinox. Because the equinox and Easter was so close, many Catholics and others who celebrate Easter often see this holiday, which observes Christ's resurrection from the dead after his death on Good Friday, has been. What is the word I'm trying to think? Sorry, brain fart. Has been symbolized with rebirth and regeneration. The symbolic resurrection of Christ is echoed in the awakening of the plant and animal life around us. But if we look more closely at some of these Easter customs, we will see that the origins are surprisingly pagan. Easter is bunnies, candy, Easter eggs, baskets, new clothes, all those traditions have their origins in practices which may have little or nothing to do with the Christian holiday. For example, the traditional coloring and giving of eggs at Easter has a very pagan associations. For eggs are clearly one of the most potent symbols of fertility, and spring is, well, the season when animals begin to, mate, and flowers and trees pollinate and reproduce. In England and Northern Europe, eggs were often employed in folk magic when women wanted to be blessed with children. There is a great scene. Oh, what was the movie? There was a great scene in the film The Working Man where a woman sits. I believe it's upon a tombstone in a cemetery, holding a child upon her bared breasts, with one hand, and holding up an egg in the other, rocking back and forth as she stares at the scandalization and very upright. Um, Many cultures have strong tradition of egg coloring. Among Greeks, eggs are traditionally dyed dark red and given as gifts. Um, oh, As for the Easter egg hunt, a fun game for kids, actually has a darker meaning. For centuries pagans were forced to hide their religion due because of centuries of religion's propaganda and misinformation. Pagans were once killed for their religious belief. As Christianity arose and the ways of the old religion were shunned, people took to hiding the eggs and having children make a game out of finding them. This would take place with all the children of the village looking at the same time in everyone's gardens and beneath the fences and old spots. It is said, however, that those people who sought to seek out heathens and heretics would bribe children with coins or tricks. And once those children uncovered eggs on someone's property, that person was accused of practicing the old ways. Traditionally, foods play a part of this holiday, as with so many others. Ham is the traditional main course served in many families on Easter Sunday. And the reason for this probably has to do with the agricultural way of life in old Europe. In late fall, my door just slammed. That was weird. I'm really going with that. Brain fart. Thank you. In late fall, usually in October, also known as the month of the blood moon, because it referred to the last time animals were slaughtered before winter. Meats were salted and cured so they would last through the winter. Poor people would sustain on farming and hunting, would often eat very sparingly in winter to assure their food supply would last. With the arrival of spring, there was less worry, and to celebrate the arrival of spring and be renewed abundance, they would serve the tastiest remaining cured meats, including hams. This also marked a seasonal end to eating cured foods and a return to eating fresh game as animals emerged from hibernation looking for food, and no longer relying on stored root vegetables, but eating the young green plants so full of the vitamins and minerals that all living beings needed to replenish their bodies in spring. Modern pagans can observe these same customs by eating fresh greens and my door is gonna slam. Oh boy. Where was I? There are some witches who believe that fasting at the equinox is very healthy and magical. It clears away all the toxins stored over winter when we eat heavier foods to keep warmth, and can create an altered state of consciousness for during equinox magic. By eliminating all the poisons from our diet for a few days, including sugar, caffeine, alcohol, red meats, dairy products, refined foods, and eating lots of fresh fruits and vegetables, we not only can shed a few pounds and improve the appearance of our hair and skin, we also improve our health over the long term. The overall benefit to health from an occasional cleansing fast helps strengthen our immune system, making our bodies more resistant to illnesses and help us feel more alert and energetic. You should try it. Be sure to break your fast slowly, reintroducing your normal foods at one at a time instead of going for, several days of fruit, grains, and herbal tea to a feast of steak, potatoes, and chocolate cake. Oh, that just got me hungry. The breaking of the fast can be incorporated into the cakes and wine portion of the ritual, or the feast many witches have afterwards. Speaking of food, another favorite part of Easter for kids, no doubt, is the basket of treats. Mmm, I love chocolate. Nestled in plastic grass, colored pink or green, they find they find foiled wrapped candy eggs, hollowed chocolate bunnies, jelly beans, marshmallow chicks in pink, yellow, and lavender, fancy peanut butter and coconut eggs from Russell Stover, or oh, and of course, our mom always included one of those beautiful um, ceramic eggs she painted by hand, like the other holiday where children were indulged with sugar, Halloween. No one seems to know how precisely where, when, or how this custom began, and why these baskets supposedly brought by a bunny. There are some modern witches and Wiccans and pagans who follow traditions that infiltrate the fairy lore of the Celtic countries. Sorry. It is customary to leave food and drink out for the fairies on the nights of our festivals. It is believed that if the fairies are not honored with gifts at these times, they will work mischief in our lives, and we don't want that. Certain holidays call for particular fairy favorites. At Symbolic, for example, we leave gifts of dairy origin like cheese, butter, or fresh cream. At Lammas, we leave fresh grains or newly baked bread. And Samhain, nuts, apples are traditional. And at a star, it is customary to leave something sweet like honey or mead or candy. Could this be connected to the Easter basket tradition? Perhaps the gift of sweets corresponds to sweet nectar gathering in the spring flowers. It is clearly the association of rabbits with Easter has something to do with the fertility magic. Anyone who has kept rabbits as pets or knows anything about their biology has no question about the origin of the phrase effing like a bunny. And these cute, funny creatures reproduce rapidly and often. Rabbits are a pagan symbol of fertility. Eggs are a sign of rebirth in the spring. And I hope you all enjoyed that little history lesson of the origins of pagan. The origins of Easter and Osar. Um, I'll talk to you a little later. Blessed be, and merry meet and merry part and merry meet again.